Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy XRP day, I guess, right? All-time highs today. Very, very nice.
Oh my God. Something happy XRP day. If you didn't say it, I was about to say it. You stole, you got to me, you got it before me.
So January 16th is officially XRP day, all-time high day.
Yes. You know, they've got a day for that guy who bought a pizza with 1,000 Bitcoin. It's like sometime in May or something. They call it out for him. I don't celebrate that day, but we could definitely celebrate XRP day.
Yeah, imagine being that guy.
Oh, yeah. I know.
That's got to be the worst feeling ever.
He's got to have the best sense of humor, or he's already killed himself by now.
Seriously.
It can't be any other way. It's got to be one or the other. Black and white thinking for the win.
For sure. Pretty crazy out there. But yeah,
Sorry, I was just promoting the channel.
Oh, no worries. I forgot to make a post. Whoops.
Go ahead.
Oh well. No,
it's. I just retweeted your thing.
Yeah, you can just retweet.
All right,
that. That's fine.
Welcome everybody. Good morning. Oh, look here. There's some people showing up.
Yeah, there are people. I see people are requesting XRP already. Don't worry, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, you know, the whole thing, right? I was telling everyone that listens to me, when you get all these, you had the price run up to new all-time highs everywhere, and then when it suddenly just like crash, like stupid Jerome Powell goes out and moves his mouth, flaps his jaw a little bit, and markets like tank when the things crash down, but to higher lows. That's the signal. That's the signal. It's definitely a big wave 2, and the heart of the third wave is coming. So as soon as the support is found, now everything's just going to take off. So from here forward, 2025, my advice to you is buy every dip and hold on for dear life as all the prices rip higher and higher. That's my general advice for 2025. And go ahead, Matt. Let's see.
Yeah, starting with IWM here, we're just going to see exactly that, right? Price went down to the 50-week moving average down there, and it recovered really nicely. So now tomorrow is the weekly candle close, and we're getting up towards the 786. So this is really the point that I'm interested in, seeing how it reacts at this 786, because I wanted to start closing weekly candles back above the 226.74. But until then, it's probably might just still be in a range between maybe the baseline 220 and up here 226. So whatever happens today and tomorrow, it can just bounce around in this range and maybe try to shake people out if it goes down lower again. But I think it's just trying to still build a base on top of this 220 zone here in order to go higher. But inevitably, it is probably going to break this 786 again and go towards all-time highs. Yes. And the QQQ, it's kind of like going up a little bit pre-market towards the conversion line there at 517.85. So that would be nice to overcome that. And it was also just a perfect back test of the 1.618, the 504.16 down here. And this was your support. And now we're trying to get above this, a little bit of a resistance up here to see if it can continue towards all-time highs. SPY, this also looks like it's trying to get back above the conversion line too, but we're going to go on log scale for this one because that's the 585 I've been showing you the whole time. And this was just one big bear trap, liquidity grab, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it held, right? The 585 held. And now we're working on getting back above the 592, and this has potential now to get back towards all-time highs. So yeah, what Tracker was saying, it's pretty accurate. I think things want to continue higher, pursue the new all-time highs, but IWM is still lagging behind. And until it breaks above the 786 here, just on linear scale, just be a little bit cautious here, and I think it can still just stay in a range before it really wants to break out.
Oh yeah, and you know, all three of those charts you just showed, I can see the larger degree 1, 2 on the left, and then in the middle of the screen is the wave 3, 1, 2, and we're ready to go. We're now entering the heart of wave 3 in all these charts.
Yeah. And I think once IWM really gets into all-time highs, that's when I think the alt season for crypto is really going to kick in too. And XRP is kicking it off with the alt season here. So we can just take a look at this chart. Go to the weekly chart here. And yeah, you can see basically it's all-time highs territory, right? 330, 331 was the all-time high before. It did get up to 338 this morning. And we can see that really the next resistance above is around this $7 zone, right? Maybe depending on time, could be 7, 6, whatever. But I think ultimately what's really important to focus on here are the fib extensions, mostly because the fib extensions are what price will probably gravitate to the most. And it can just like go straight up there and wick above to the 830s, maybe even to the 1338s, right? Or so. So I think what we're looking at is really a potential, in my opinion, to flip the previous all-time high to the support. That might take some time. I don't know, right? Maybe it needs to wick above and then just build a base on top before going to the next leg higher. Or maybe it's going to do like what Tesla did, right? Shoot up really high and then go back down below and then go whatever, right? Either way, it's fine. But I think what is more likely now is actually just going up here and maybe even just flipping this arc to a support now, right? I think that arc could be a support in the future, and even this 1.272. So it's looking more likely to me that price kind of wants to continue to the $13 zone at least, at a minimum now. Like it could just spend some time building a base on this arc before making its next leg higher in the $7s and the $6 zone. But really, ultimately, this might want to go to the $13 range, and possibly even up here to the 1.618, the 26, or even the blue level again. So I think this is a very, very bullish chart, and it might do something exactly like what Tesla's doing, where we could see price just shoot up maybe to closer to $4 and then just retrace back to previous all-time highs, and then whatever, go a little bit below, and then make people think, oh, it's all over, oh god, no, and then just go, fooled you, and then go back up, right? We'll see. But I think I'm looking more and more for this $13 zone now for XRP.
DNW says he's getting nothing done today thanks to XRP, and it's also turning him into a poet. I don't mind building a base until we go to space. Either way works for me.
Yeah. He's a poet.
And yes, John says 2 trading days left till inauguration. Do you think we still have stock market rally towards it? I think we're going to have stock market rally through it and beyond it.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you want to share your XRP, or do we?
I absolutely do. So you've got that space, that mystery space between your 2 arcs, where you're like, what's going to, is it going to be like Tesla? Is it going to be, is this going to hang around? I've got my fib extensions here for you guys to look at. And I think, I was just showing these fib levels. So like on this 4-hour chart, it didn't carry over. 342.88 is the 100% fib extension from the, gosh, I think it's just all the way from the bottom. Or I can double click on this and show you the coordinates. Yeah, from basically the beginning of time with XRP to that all-time high it reached, and then back to the highest low it reached after that all-time high. And that's where I'm doing my trend-based fib extensions from. And so the 100% will be initial resistance. You can see it's starting to be resistance. It hasn't touched 342 yet. And then after that, every fib on the way, probably 421, will especially be tough resistance, because it should foreshadow 421 as support later at this 123.6 fib extension. And then I think just based on it going 764, 50% almost, maybe I'm being too stingy. No, or maybe, all right, you know what? Let's be cautious. I'm just gonna be cautious, and let's take this back down to the 1382 and back to the 4. All right, so cautiously, if let's expect resistance around 469, if I'm wrong and it goes up to 508 or even 547, so much the better. That means I can then pull this fib up. But if this is the wave 4, you'll see a lot of resistance under it. If it blows through this and spends a lot of time around the 123.6 fib, then that will probably be something more like this or even this. So wherever it has the most resistance coming up next should foreshadow the support coming after the wave 3. So it'll foreshadow the wave 4 support. So yeah, that's where I'm kind of looking for to turn around 5 to 470 and then back to 421, maybe where we are right now. Otherwise, and then no, actually, no matter what, it should hit at least $8 for the 238 extension. And if it goes 2618, that's $8.79. And anything more than that is just gravy and probably, just people just crazy buying the top, and it wicks up over this, then kind of pulls back to it, and then collapses for a little while. And then we'll have to probably build a new base somewhere between, $8 and $5.50 or $6, $8 and $6 maybe. But there you go. We'll just watch just take a screenshot of this. Every single one of these fibs. Let me turn off my high-low so you can see the right side. You can read all these. Take a screenshot of this. Every one of those fib levels I expect will be resistance on the way up, and one of them will be significant support on the way down, as into the wave 4. And there you go, XRP. And oh my God, I'm so happy with it right now. I bought a bunch of it. It's doing fantastically. Hopefully you guys out there bought a bunch of it too, just following Matt's advice. It's been great advice. He always gives good advice. Let's see.
Well, thank
That's
you.
XRP.
Let's jump into Tesla since, oh my God, it's going down pre-market. Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, look, it's over the 786. Oh no, you do yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I have mine on deck here, and yeah, it's still above the previous all-time high, and that was my main focus for the whole week. So everything else is not really that important. And actually, the daily chart, you can see exactly what happened with just the baseline, right? So price just went up to the 429.67 baseline right there, and it got rejected. That's it, right? So it's just still in our daily range, getting closer and closer to the daily cloud, getting ready to go higher. So just focus on the 414.50. That's what the main thing is. Keep building a base on top of it, and eventually it'll break above this daily baseline, and then go back to the previous all-time highs, the 499, the whatever, the 540s, and beyond. So it's just part of the process to recovering back towards the all-time highs back in December. So this is very, very normal, very healthy, and it actually surprised me how well this zone held, right? I thought maybe it just wanted to get down to touch like the 50-day moving average or a little bit below, but nope. It wanted to be a lot more bullish, and this chart is proving to be a lot more bullish than everybody has thought.
Oh my gosh, it looks a lot like a flipped Ursa Major, the Dipper. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does look.
It's over your 414.
Yeah.
414.50.
All
right, here we go. My Tesla chart. I did this retrace. Let's see, from we were stuck in here for a while, right? This is where everyone was gnashing their teeth. So I pulled a fib retracement from the low down here at 373.04 back to this wick top here. Actually, what is going on here? It's not quite in the right place. What is this wick 2? I missed it a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Even if I fix it, I fixed it. I just wanted to see price get back over this blue 78.6 fib, which is now that I fixed it, 1630. And we did, look, we went above it. We closed a candle above it. These are 8-hour candles. And then went back down to it. And now we've got the body of the candle back above it. So we're golden. We're above the 786. After it rejected it, kind of wicked about it, did one last liquidity grab. We're back over it. I think it's ready to take off now, which is why I've got this big green arrow. And then here I've got from the same fib retracement, I've got Matt's extensions here, the 127.2 and the 141.4. So let's see if we can get to 443.05. maybe back to the 100% fib, then up to the 1414, back to the 127.2, and then just keep going. I've got this minor wave 1 of wave 5 where this is like a big wave 3 is done, wave 4 is done. Hopefully we don't have any stupid longer extended wave 4. Wave 2 is already pretty long, so I mean, I'm kind of calling that like all this wave 2 until it breaks over wave the previous wave 1. There's 3, here's 4. So let's just get on with it. So the wave 1 of 5 is 513 about, then back to 444, on up to about 631, down to 558, and then ends at my 711.77 target. And hopefully it can get there by July 14th, like I promised everyone on the internet, and staked my reputation on it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll end up being a month late and $5 off again. But if so, it would just be kind of comical, actually. I think there's a good chance of it. In fact, there might be even a good chance of getting June instead of July now. Or maybe it will be August. I don't know. It looks like there's a chance that we're going to get a tent pole summer. Not tent pole summer, a hammock summer, where maybe it's going to be higher in June, and then I'm not using the right part of the chart here. There's I'm getting some side chatter. It might be high in June, low in July, and then higher in August. So kind of like this. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep you apprised as that develops. But yeah, I'm just looking for higher highs of Tesla. Breakout or 488, make a new higher high here, maybe in February. So just be patient. Like you were patient through all of this retraction. All it was just back testing a little bit to build support base so we can go on higher. That's it.
Yeah,
Tesla's not going to go any lower.
People get so angry at the word back testing. They're like, call it a correction. Call it a correction. Well, I mean, you can call it what you want, but it's a bullish structure and it's part of the process of going higher. So yeah, that's all that, I mean, things go up to go down to go back up. That's exactly what markets do. So
they do. You kind of have to, the psychology of it, it can't go up forever. You've got some people that made a bunch of money, so they're going to sell at the top to cap it. And then, some people get scared, and then the smart money comes back in and grabs it at the most furious point again, most fear. So speaking of backtesting,
no, I was just saying they get you guys to buy the euphoria and then sell the panic. That's like clockwork. It's what happens all the time.
It's just human psychology is kind of wired to work that way. Your fault. It's just your fault if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect outcome. So be like Matt and buy supports and sell. So speaking of backtesting, my Bitcoin is finished with its wave 4 bottom, and it just needs to get over 104.255 for the 786. You can see there's a big sell zone, a sell order block set up right here. But once we get over that, then we can go to Matt's, probably same thing, 127 back to 100, then maybe 141.4 for 116,000. Just 108 one more time. Like, it usually, it might get a fibs distance between here and there, but it doesn't have to. Backtesting the previous all-time high as support would be a kind of an ideal move, and then on up higher. And I'm looking for this cycle, if my fibs hold out, to go to 178,000. So there you go. Line chart.
Very good.
Looking for 116 next. 116.313.
Yeah, for me, I'm just waiting for 102 to break. 103, 102, that zone needs to break as resistance for things to go higher. Otherwise, still in a range. I do see a request for Nvidia, though, so I'll just show the daily chart here for Nvidia, and it's back in the daily cloud. It's going up towards resistance again around 139, 140. But ultimately, these are still like higher lows from back in December, so this is still fine, right? It's just still in a range. It's been in the same range for a long, long time. So there's nothing to worry about for Nvidia. It's still bullish, and I still think after this rejection, just one final liquidity grab before it wants to build a base and try to get back towards the all-time high and then go higher. So Nvidia is very, very fine. And Tracker, you got any Nvidia chart or anything?
I'm so sorry. I hit the mute button. I was talking the whole time. Yeah. I'll show my Nvidia chart. It's the same one you guys have been seeing. It hasn't changed. Let's go to it on a weekly chart. Because you take a stand back and get the whole picture pretty well. I'm starting my wave start from down here at the this $10.34, after adjusted splits, obviously, to 96 and then back to 75.60 for my wave 2 bottom. And that gave me this crazy run up right to the 764 of $141. And instead of holding at the 382 like I really thought it was going to, it dropped down to just below the 236 for a liquidity grab, ran back up to the 618, 382. So I'm now, because it went back to the 23.6 fib down here, only expecting to the 123.6 fib on the way up. So that's 182.63 is still my long-standing target now. Obviously, it looks like I need to adjust these for time. But, 162.19, it might still extend to 195.27, but we'll see when we get there. And then it eventually ends at 269 before it does another consolidation. I'm just adjusting this out for that. And then, but if this extends in the wave 3, then the wave 5 will probably extend higher as well, maybe to 281 instead of 269. And then it just keeps going. Nvidia, is like the Tesla of the chips world. So, and maybe one day they won't just be a chip company anymore. Tesla's no longer a car company. We'll see. We'll see how that comes out. Anyway, there you go. Nvidia chart hasn't changed. Same target numbers for now. And let's see. Do you want to do with Bitcoin? Someone asked for Link. Do you want to talk about Link, or is that like nothing to know about that?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Let's see. Let's go find it first.
Let's see. You find that. I'm going to talk about DXYZ first.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're all over the place. DXYZ. So Destiny, we are getting a wait. Oh my gosh, it's Thursday. I missed the rocket launch last night. My son to a planned outing, and I completely forgot launch. Did they catch it? Did you watch it, Matt? You were watching XRP.
I didn't watch it. No.
Oh my God! I forgot to look at it. I got to go back and look at it anyway. It couldn't have gone badly because we're higher in pre-market. DXYZ is up to 56.80 here in pre-market. It's back above the 4-hour Ichimoku baseline. Thankfully, it never went all. I was worried that it was going to get this big ABC. Like if wave 4's job is to make you think that you missed the top, and wave 3 was actually wave 5. And if this had corrected all the way back down to $37 or even $45, then I would have been, yep, I missed the top. But it only came down to this 55% retracement level, 49.39, or maybe a little bit lower, 48-ish. So this is still wave 4. I'm just going to have to move this this one right here. All this is just an extended flat, extended wire flat of the wave 4. It still didn't go lower than the wave 1, so it's diagonal. That's great. So here's our wave 3 top, our wave 4 bottom. I can get rid of the stupid ABC that I didn't want to see anyway. I can get rid of the stupid box I didn't want it to fall into. But it was an elongated wave 4 after an extremely short wave 2. But yeah, my targets are, let's see, kind of the same. I went to the 123.6. back to the 618, which is a little unusual. So maybe, I still want to see it go to the 6, but maybe I should temper my expectations and start saying that there's a possibility it stops with the 1618. I don't like that. I really wanted to see it go to 114. But just because this had to push all the way down to the 618, I'm going to have to be extra cautious around the 1618. So I'll redraw this chart for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't redone this. I'm going to delete this because this is going to need some editing. So sorry about that. But I think you can look forward to at least $90 for DXYZ, possibly higher. I'll let you guys know by tomorrow, by tomorrow's show. All right, what do we have for Link?
Yeah, let me just pull up my linky charty. So here we go. We can see that it's going back towards the 702 and the 786 and the arc above. So what really happened when you just zoom out like this, you can see price just went up to the arc here, got rejected. That's why I didn't even go to the 786. That's why the GAN levels are important here. Otherwise, it probably would have gravitated to the 786 and get rejected instead of just stopping at these arcs. But anyways, it went down to the baseline, got that liquidity underneath it, and it recovered. So the 618 is looking like your support, the 2111, and it looks like it has potential to go higher. But I don't know if it's really ready yet. I think things are ultimately waiting on enough time to pass, and same with the IWM. So I think the same kind of situation. It's waiting to get above the 786, and I think it might be stuck under the arc for a little bit longer here, and maybe later on, March, April, it might be able to get above the 786 and flip that level 2 support and then go higher. So I think things for like the majority of altcoins, they're not looking like they're ready to break out, but the front runners like HBAR, like XRP, and and even Solana. Solana is a front runner too, but it's not broken into all-time highs. Even XRP beat Solana into all-time highs, so that is interesting there. So we can just see that it's just getting started, right? Things are just breaking into all-time highs, and you see that with Tesla and stocks. You see that with XRP and crypto, that this is the beginning, right? This is the beginning because most things in crypto are not at all-time highs, right? Most of them are not. So that means everything's just waiting, I think, on IWM, small caps, and growth. And this is just going to take some time. Maybe Q1, Q2 is end of Q1, maybe Q2. Things are going to start going towards the all-time highs. So yeah, Link looks good, but I think it's going to be stuck under maybe the $29, $30 level for some time before it really tries to break out.
Yeah, and my thoughts really are to what are the utility of some of these coins, because meme coins are one thing, but if you have coins that actually do something, when they can start fulfilling their purpose, I see their value will really start coming into play. That's when you'll see some of these things launch. So XRP I think is a front runner because it really has utility as a global currency, a very liquid global currency.
Yes, and that's what people don't understand. Like, oh, it's old tech. It's a dinosaur. No, it's not. Like, no other coin on Earth can do what XRP does. And the reason is liquidity. No other coin is as free or as liquid as XRP. So no other coin can do it. Not even Solana. Not even Solana. Because it's not as liquid.
I want to build a dinosaur menagerie, and I want to say that Bitcoin is the T-Rex, right? The king of dinosaurs. Ethereum's kind of like the Brontosaurus, grazing over there on the side, and XRP are the Velociraptors. So there you go. There's your menagerie of dinosaurs, as told by Michael Crichton. Eventually XRP will just rule the earth until they go extinct from the next meteor strike.
Yeah. But I think people need to understand how cycles work. And when some coins start to break out into all-time highs, that means it's just getting started, right? So that's when the explosive moves really happen. So we'll see things move a lot quicker soon. So I think Raoul Powell said it's like crypto autumn now, crypto fall. And that's usually correct, right? The summer is like the recovery and the fall is like the really explosive moves. So I think we're going to see that with XRP, HBAR. We're going to see it with others. And then after IWM breaks out, then we're going to see the rest of the market catch up. So very, very good. And
I want to.
The rocket launch is rescheduled for today. That's what they're saying.
Oh no, they didn't launch the rocket.
Yeah.
Well, great. I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't miss it. Because man, I love to launch a good SpaceX launch rocket. Let me show my PTIR chart. I had a friend of mine. I had a subscriber of mine ask me specifically about PTIR, and then I went and took a good long look at it last night while my son was doing his exercise stuff with his friend, the planned exercise stuff. And I pulled up this daily chart of PTIR, and where it bottomed here, it seems to have bottomed. I looked back to the left. I said, "Oh yeah, look at that. This level, right? It seemed it was resistance, kind of support, resistance. There was a lot of argument around this price level, and so coming all the way back and finding it as support, I think it looks really good for that being the bottom of PTIR. And you can see now it's following up this daily class. So I want to say that Palantir, this is PTIR is the long ETF. It's a derivative of Palantir. And I kind of been doing this thing lately with TSLL and Tesla too. It's easier to chart these derivatives sometimes than it is to chart, and they just kind of cut a lot of the noise out. I think Palantir could have bottomed here, and now we're heading back up again. So my next PTIR, why hasn't this been updated? My next PTIR target is 198.51 for the 764 fib extension off of this low right there. So 198 back to 144, and look, they've already got a nice sell order block set up for us to foreshadow 144.39 as resistance before it flips it to support, runs up to the 764, $198, back down to 144.39 for maybe an elongated, I can't tell if it's going to be fast or slow, run back for the wave 2, then on up to wave 3 for the for the 1382, back to the 100%, and then the 2382. Way up here. I think I'm going to have to pull this out. Anyway. And so that ends about 47, if you could believe it. And so that takes me to my PLTR chart, where hopefully it updated, because I did this on my phone last night. It looks like it updated. So if this is our wave bond, and I got to change these so you guys can see them. Sorry to take so long. It's an important stock, though. I'm definitely putting this back in my portfolio. I highly recommend it, not financial advice. So the 764 for this would take it to 112 next, back to 87.92, up to 152, down to 127.59, and on up to 216.30. So I'll try to make it so you guys can screenshot this. I need to kind of fix this up a little bit so it's easier to read. But take a screenshot of that if you want. And if you want, subscribe to me. It's only $2 a month on X, and you get access to all my charts very easily with a simple click of a mouse on a spreadsheet. I've got a big spreadsheet with full of hyperlinks to all my charts, and it's very organized in a really cool way that you'll understand if you subscribe to me. Only $2 a month. There, I did my plug for the month. All right, Matt. How about how do you see Palantir?
Yeah, Palantir, I see that it's just still in a range, right? It's looking for some direction. But the one thing I want to point out is on my chart right here is the daily 50-day moving average. It got back above it. So this is looking more and more like it's going to recover back toward above the 1.618, the 69.15. And once it's back above there, then this will just become, in hindsight, a liquidity grab, right? So usually a lot of panic is ultimately, in hindsight, a liquidity grab. While people freak out, it's usually the best opportunity to accumulate. And now we can see that price is going back towards the 71, maybe even 74. And yes, it's going to go back to all-time highs. So I still am holding all my shares. Same with Danny, same with Kat. I'm not going to be selling anything until maybe the hundreds or so. So that is my target for Palantir. I think most people sold all the way back down in the 30s down or 40s down here, but I think this has a lot more room to go. But the reason why I don't chase is because of volatility, right? When prices go up here and people get all excited, I want to buy more. I'm like, that's a mistake, because if you buy more, then that increases your risk of your portfolio. So that's why it's just best to enjoy the ride and sometimes do nothing. So this is a very bullish chart still, and looking for a 69.15 for a weekly candle close.
All right, I see a lot of requests for MSTU, like not just 2, 3, or 4, like 5 requests for MSTU.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I think after that I gotta go. So let's
no,
finish on
the time went by so fast. How did it go on?
So fast.
No. Can you make your show later?
I gotta do it pre-market.
Oh, it's got to be pre-market, right? Means we have to start the show earlier, I guess, if we want to have more time. MST. I want to do MSTR real quick, just to show you. I don't think I've got. But remember again, MicroStrategy. I see the all-time high as just the wave 1, low that we struck after that at 285 as the wave 2. So everything just builds bigger and better off of that. So I'm looking for like 697 next for the wave 1 of 3, and then 491 for the wave 2 of 3, and then all of 3 goes to 1,000. So when we look at a chart like MSTU, did I draw anything? No, I've never done MSTU. All right, I'll do it really fast. Let's see how fast I do it. I can do it this fast. Okay, so we take the Fibonacci extension wave off the very start. Here's the high. Here's the low. So I can quickly skip to the end for you and say from here, it goes to the 2382 at $76.62. And to get there, let's see. Oh, I can almost do this and then this. Yeah, kind of like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 5. So come here, you. 764. You can see the sell order blocks are cooperating. 382. 1382. 100%. 2382. And there you go. That is full screen. Take a picture of the MSTU chart. I just drew it for you just now. And let me get rid of that because that doesn't work. And then just to let you know, to measure from where price is right now, if it this hyperbolic wave, which I've just, pulled out of my butt, 69 days to go 611% higher. Wow. Is that right? Maybe it's going to take longer than that. But anyway, ignore the 69 days, but this is 611% from where price is right now for MSTU. So there you go. Congratulations. It's going to be a winner, not financial advice. All right. Well, gosh, thanks for letting me know that the rocket launch is delayed till later today. I'm sorry we didn't get to all the requests because, man, I just love filling requests. It's my favorite thing to do all day. But thanks, Matt, for having the show for all of us to participate in.
Yeah,
and enjoy
your
fabulous Gann charts.
Yeah.
And if you guys can't get enough of Matt's Gann charts, you can subscribe to him on Patreon. He's got slots open for up to his level. Is it level 5 or
4 now? Like I did
Tier
so yeah, my tier 4 has daily private live streams that I do at 9:15 a.m. every morning, and talk about setups, entries, exits, all that stuff. And then it's good stuff. So it's up to you. It's on my link in X. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Like and subscribe for real money, and then you'll make real money. Oh my God, you will make so much money for the little bit of money that we ask for. It's totally worth it. Everyone tells me that anyway, so I'm starting to believe it.
All right, guys. Have a
good luck out there, everybody.